Final Fantasy XV has reached a rather important milestone in Japan, as after just about less than 1 year on sale, it has finally gone platinum, which for your reference means it has now sold over 1 million copies. For any game, this is actually a pretty important milestone, but with respect to Final Fantasy XV specifically, it can be viewed from two rather different perspectives. The first is from the perspective of the Final Fantasy franchise itself, and when looking at it that way, the figures aren't actually all that great. Every single main series Final Fantasy game since Final Fantasy VII has actually managed to go platinum in its first week on sale, and from what I understand, both Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VIII even went double platinum during their first week. The fact it's taken Final Fantasy XV around 10 months to do the same therefore isn't all that impressive. And as things stand, if we look at total sales while factoring in the entire franchise and not just main series titles, Final Fantasy XV actually sits in 13th position in the all-time list, behind Final Fantasy Tactics. I can't envision things changing too much either. According to weekly sales data, Final Fantasy XV is only selling around 1,500 to 2,000 copies per week in Japan, so unless something extraordinary happens over there, it might be able to manage another 30 to 50,000 copies before things die down completely, but I don't think it's going to sell too much more than that. Now, the other perspective is from that of home console gaming in Japan, and if we look at things that way, then these numbers are actually quite strong. Without wanting to go into too much of a deep dive into the state of Japanese gaming right now, the reality is that outside of the Wii, which was something of an anomaly, home console sales have been suffering in Japan for quite some time now. To give you guys a frame of reference here, you can actually count on two hands the number of home console games that have gone platinum in Japan over the past 5 years. Yep, it's that bad. There's New Super Mario Bros. U in 2012, Mario Kart 8 in 2014, Splatoon and Super Mario Maker in 2015, and Dragon Quest XI and Splatoon 2, which only actually released a few months ago. Final Fantasy XV therefore becomes the 6th home console game to pass the 1 million sales mark in the past 5 years in Japan. It's why I therefore feel this milestone, even if it does somewhat pale in comparison to previous sales of main series Final Fantasy games in Japan, it's still rather huge in the grand scheme of things, and it shows that Square Enix still have quite a bit of sway within that particular market. I just really hope they can use the Final Fantasy brand to capitalise on it. But anyway, are you impressed by this milestone, at least in the context of Japanese gaming right now? Or are you still somewhat fearful about how little Final Fantasy XV has sold in comparison to the likes of Final Fantasy XIII, approximately 900,000 fewer sales? Let us know in the comments below, and as always, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. And if you enjoyed our content, please consider supporting us on Patreon. You can find out more information at patreon.com/FFUnion. We're extremely fortunate that these guys have already chosen to support us, and it would be great to see this number continue to grow. Alright guys, this is Daryl signing out. I'll see you next time for more Final Fantasy videos.